Gonna be some sweet sound coming down on the night shift.
Whoa, on the night shift.
I bet you're singing proud.
No, I'm singing proud.
Oh, I bet you're full of pride.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna be a long night. Gonna be alright. On the night shift.
The night shift.
You found another home. I know you're not alone. On the night shift. Gonna miss your sweet voice. That soulful noise. On the night shift.
The night shift.
I'll remember you. Ooh, your songs are coming through. It's a long day.
It's a long day.
Oh, okay. Oh. It's fight week. Who going to the fight? That's the first question. How many of you are going to the fight? Now, I've been looking. I've been hearing tickets ain't been going so well. But, however, I am confident that probably, you know, people are going to be buying a lot of tickets this week. It is 11:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, March the 11th, 2019. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live with FightView360.com. And it's here. That's seductive. Like, it's something very, it's enchanting. I'm telling you, like, I've been like aroused. Not sexually, but I've been like boxing aroused. Because can you imagine what Mikey Garcia going to look like fucked up? Like, is he going to get beat the fuck? People think, you know, nobody's saying it. They're not really saying it like, yo, Mikey going to get beat the motherfucker up. Errol Spence is going to run down on him like a whole ass hoe. But look what happened with Sean Porter versus Yordenis Ugas. Ugas wasn't known to be like a fighter that would be able to keep Sean Porter at bay, but he did. With not a lot of punches. Even though, yes, he's a natural 47-pound fighter. He even lost to Amir Imam in the past. No disrespect to Amir Imam. But Mikey Garcia been saying for the longest, he's not saying, he says, you know, like, I know something. I see something. Let's go back to the genesis. I'm going to pause right here, and we're going to go back to, what was it? Was it the Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter post-fight press conference? I think I was there. Which one was I at? I wasn't at Mikey Garcia limping yet. Which one was I at? I was at Mikey Garcia Broner. Okay, listen. Let me go find the footage. It is fight week, and you know I gotta stop being on the fence. I gotta pick who's gonna win, in my opinion. Now, I don't mind eating crow. You know, I'm not one of them type of people that's gonna come on here and try to, you know, fucking bullshit around and say, no, I didn't really say this, and I'm not gonna try to twist shit around and, you know, like to fit my narrative. I'm gonna call that shit like it is. I'm abused a lot on YouTube. I am abused verbally. I'm abused in the comments. It takes thick skin to do what I do. I've been being abused for 8 years. I've been being abused. Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 million comments. Who knows how many comments? And people just hate my guts. They say, TstreeT, you don't know shit. TstreeT wants you to burn to hell. TstreeT, you'll never see your daughter. TstreeT, you're a rapist. TstreeT, you should go to jail. What? You know how many scandals I didn't survive? The point I'm trying to make is this. I know people will tell you, listen, my job is to report the goddamn news and to give you my opinions and to talk about the fighters' mannerisms and styles and everything. But I've been known to go at my heart and say some dumb shit because I like to go with my heart. And when my heart says something, for example, I said that Robert Guerrero would beat Floyd Mayweather. But see, I was drunk. Okay, that's different. I was drunk. I was drunk as shit. But people was around back then. I was drunk as shit. I was drunk every day off my ass, partying. Fucking bitches getting money. But that was the past. That was the past. The point I'm trying to make is now I'm at clear of mind. As you can see, content, we got a whole business. Everything's been flowing. But I also said that Chavez Jr. was going to beat Canelo. Who else did I fuck up with? See, I know better, but see, my heart be telling me some more other shit. And my heart is saying, what if Mikey Garcia? What if? You know? What if? What if he's able to keep Errol Spence at bay because people say Mikey Garcia body's soft? You know? Errol Spence going to eat him alive to the body. What if he can't get it on the inside? What if Mikey Garcia body hold up and he don't go down, you know, like Oscar De La Hoya did against, you know, Bernard Hopkins. Oscar De La Hoya got a gift against Felix Stern, by the way, before that. They had to save the money. Follow the money. Follow the money. But anyway, let's go back to the genesis. Let's pause right here. We got a lot to talk about. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. I'll be right back. It's going to be like a millisecond for you, not even you guys, but for me, I'm going to go look for this footage.
Garcia, thank everybody from LA and everywhere else. Thank you.
This is where it all began. Well, he was already talking that shit before, but this one people was like, yo, you fucking serious, bro? This is right after he had defeated Robert Easter at the post-fight press conference. I wasn't at this fight.
No, we exchanged punches on several occasions.
Fast forward a
On
little
one
bit.
occasion, there was moments, you know, we're in a fight. In his eyes, I could see in his body.
In the second half of the fight.
I felt coming into the fight.
Hold up. My bad.
Yeah.
Robert, question for you in the back tier. Lomachenko is a top-ranked fighter, and we know the history there with Mikey and with Top Rank. You've been doing a lot of those top-ranked shows recently.
This was July the 28th. So this was when, you know, fans were like, yeah, he ain't really going to fight Errol Spence, man. Fuck out of here. Ain't nobody believe him. Ain't nobody believe him. Even Bob Arum on Ring TV, Ring Digital, did an interview and were like, don't believe it. Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, don't believe it. You know, Bob Arum voice. You know, he can be mad sometimes. And people were really calling for Mikey Garcia to fight Lomachenko, but we know that Mikey Garcia doesn't want anything to do with Top Rank because of their history. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be one of those fights that I don't honestly think will ever happen, truth be told. I think we'll have a better chance of seeing Spence versus Crawford unless Spence moved to 154. You know, I think, but moving on. But listen here, this one shit started getting lit at this post-fight press conference.
Have you had any conversations with the people there about kind of thawing those problems and advancing towards, you know, Mikey and Lomachenko?
You know, not with Bob Arum or Todd, but I do with a lot of other people that work for Top Rank, and I'm you know, I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know, most of them tell me Mikey will beat Lomachenko, and that's probably why if the fight ever happens, it's gonna be whenever it's so big where it has to happen. But
I think so, but do you think that Mikey Garcia beats Lomachenko? Listen, this fight means a lot. Errol Spence has a lot to lose because people are going to say if he loses, like, oh, the boogeyman loses to an 135-pound fighter. And do you think Terrence Crawford will be there in the building? Also, I don't like how PBC on their broadcast is acting like Terrence Crawford don't even exist, and media and fans are picking up on it in regards to that 147-pound, you know, division. This fight means a lot.
But as of now, that's what Mikey doesn't even consider chasing that fight because we know that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Robert, Mikey, buenas noches. Antes que nada, muchas felicidades por la gran actuación. Y esta pregunta va de parte de...
Hold on, wait, fast forward.
Promotor.
Y mientras...
Con
Where's it at?
I mentioned was slightly bigger than what we...
And see all the way at 147. And
There we go.
winning-
just so happens that I knocked him down in that third round, but
You know, lastly, and obviously you want to fight Errol Spence all the way at 147, and winning that title would give you a world title in 5 different weight classes. What does that mean for you, legacy-wise, to join an extremely elite and exclusive class of winning fighters winning a world title in 5 different weight classes?
well, that's why I'm trying to get that because there's.
Oh,
only
you know
select
what?
few
I
and
think I
only
missed it. I
greats,
think it's all the way at the
you
beginning.
know, that's the fight that will.
Here it is, right here.
Back, I wanted to, in a way.
Here we go, right
Thank
here.
you. Congratulations. This fight, how does it lend itself to a possible move up to welterweight against Spence? What did you take from tonight that?
Note that Robert Easter is still there, sitting, you know, there being humble. Shout out to him. But this right here, the reason why I'm pointing this out is I know we may have watched a little bit too much of it. This is the genesis of when people really started, was like, oh shit, he's serious, you know? July the 28th. This was right after he had beat at the post-fight press
Really
conference.
proves that point. You can
Oh,
do it.
well, I always look for the biggest challenges. I'm looking for the biggest fights. You know, ever since I came back, I wanted to, in a way, make up for the lost time. And I don't think there's any other way except fighting the best champions out there. We fought another undefeated fighter, undefeated champion tonight. There's no one else that excites me enough, that motivates me, and that can challenge me other than Errol Spence. And I'm willing to take that challenge all the way up just because that's the fight that I want. That's the fight that will motivate me the most.
Man, see, you see how he said like he out of breath? Because every time he starts talking about it, his balls swell up, it seems. You know, pause, but, you know, how does that man carry around that scrotum?
Mikey, straight back.
Like, Errol Spence is looked at more of the boogeyman than Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford is like Errol Spence's boogeyman. Now, I'm not saying this. I'm saying that is the perception, the public opinion. You see what I'm saying? He's calling him out. Nobody else is like been this aggressive with Errol Spence. Like, yo, you saying you good, I want you, except Terrence Crawford on the other side of the street. What if Mikey Garcia wins? Obviously, I guess it would have to be, you know, Garcia Spence too, right? But look how that just turns the whole welterweight division on its head. Then that will surely make Keith Thurman. Well, Keith Thurman is still number one. I'm sorry. By de facto, because he hasn't been beaten and he gave up his belt, you know? They probably was going to strip him or make him a meritorious champion, likely, you know, or something like that. But he, you know, he's still number one to me until he's defeated. Yes, he's looking vulnerable since you know, the Danny Garcia, the Sean Porter, and then, you know, the Jose Zito Lopez fight. He's been taking some damage, and he's been in some wars now. You know, he's battle-tested. So you got to think with a huge fight like an Errol Spence, he would, you know, that's still a super fight to me. Still. And then where it's, you know, the fight means so much, but we got all week to talk about it. Let's hear what Robert Garcia had to say about it before we move forward.
Congratulations on the win tonight. When you talk about Errol Spence, he came over and he spoke to some of us at ringside after the fight, and we asked him what he thought about it. And when he was concluding his remarks, he said he was licking his chops. You know, he gave you respect for being a top-notch fighter.
Because of the money, you know, the money, you know, he had to fight him. It had to be on pay-per-view. And you got to think, when Al Heyman comes to him and say, yo, Mikey Garcia really want to fight you. And, you know, Errol Spence seemed like the type of dude, like, oh, he's too small, you know. But Al, like, you got to get the bread. I'm just saying, you know, if you were like, you got to get the bread. You know, if it's like, you know, he wants you. And, you know, you saying he too small, we can put it on pay-per-view, get the money grab. But is it a money grab? Mikey Garcia say he knows some shit. He been saying it since he first started calling him out. He like, you know, I see some shit. What is it that he see? You know, Errol Spence does have a weakness. He lost in the amateurs because he was up all night playing Madden. So what if, you know, you can maneuver to get his fight schedule on when the week Madden's supposed to come out, and then you know he's gonna be sleep deprived because he's gonna be up playing Madden all night. Who did he lose to in the amateurs when he was up playing Madden? He said it on PBC Countdown. Spence Garcia. You know, he said he lost in the amateurs because he was up all night, you know, playing Madden. Somebody need to, you know, ship him 10 copies of Madden and a new PS4 and a motherfucking a custom PS4 Pro with custom Madden joysticks with his face on it and him and next to his favorite NFL player. I bet you he'd be up all night playing. He'd be missing training camp and shit. Get him, Terrence Crawford. Say me some shit, you know. Anyway, it's fight week. We got a lot of Spence Garcia stuff to cover, let me tell you. Media workout, you know. I'm not going to stream that. We got the final press conference, the weigh-in, the post-fight show, the fight week content. We got it's going to be a lot of Mikey Garcia Spence shit. It's like people don't believe that it's here. I don't believe that it's here. It's here. 74.95 on the first ever Fox PBC pay-per-view. or first ever Fox Sports pay-per-view, right? Crazy, you know? I'm interested to see the presentation. The commentators got to be on their shit. They better not show that 147-pound rankings. You know, here's the top 147-pounders. They better show fucking Terrence Crawford name on there. People going to call it out. Listen, they can't be putting that shit by no more, man. It's the social media generation. You can't act like a whole champion don't exist. You know, but, you know, PBC fighters generally stay away from the WBO title. You know, did you notice Paco Villarreal, the president, don't be at the events? Barely. Unless it's some overseas shit. Did you peep that? You know, it's some beef there. I know the beef, but it's a long story. It involves Austin Trout mysteriously disappearing from the rankings, and then Paco Villarreal contacting via Twitter. He tweeted him. Then, you know, rest in peace, Senator McCain trying to rat on Al Heyman because of the Muhammad Ali Act. It goes back. I was following the story. No bullshit. So, you know, like, peep it. Unless they really, really necessarily have to. Like, for example, undisputed situation. You know, got to fight for the WBO title, you dig? Like Wilder. But really, they try to position themselves, or Heyman tries to position his fighters away from that. Remember, Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao for it, took the belt, didn't pay the sanctioning fees. Burnt them for their bread. Because they was going to order him to fight Timothy Bradley, and, you know, Bob Arum, you know, and Frank Warren are kind of in cahoots with the WBO. But I got to go. We got a lot of streams. It's going to be a media call with Mikey Garcia and Chris Arreola later on today. Shit going to be lit. Like 2.5 hours, exactly 2 hours we're going to be streaming that. Well, one video, maybe two after this. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. And I'm not saying Mikey Garcia going to win yet, but I told y'all sometime I'd be saying some dumb shit. But is it dumb? Am I on some, you know? Listen, I approach my videos like we're all friends, and, you know, we're like, you know, like, y'all can cuss at me and shit. Y'all can tell me real shit. I'm not going to block you. I'm just going to cuss you out back. And there's some sons of bitches on this channel, you know, that come around here and they call me names, and, you know, and sometimes I don't know how I make it through the day. Boxing gets me through. Saturday night going to be lit. Also, I'm going to be in the field for Tevin Farmer versus John O'Carroll. I got those preview videos to do. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.